So anyway, in running the recall, we had to get a certain amount of signatures. We almost got all those signatures. Basically, we ran a recall booth at the fair, and the only supporters that really supported rape victims and crimes in Eureka, Montana was the Lincoln County Watch Group. They've been made to look at like some evil group that's anti-government and trying to, I don't know, do something bad and something evil. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. They're the only ones who stood up and said, you know what? Rape is wrong. What happened to this dog is wrong. What's happening here is wrong. And they manned the fair booth, and they did the work, and they, some of them put in their own money for different things, and there was attorneys involved, and, they did that, right? And at the fair, hundreds of people went by. Some people would stop and just be like happy they could even meet me. I felt like such a celebrity, right? All the people, and some of the people that signed the petition, shocking, because their kids were some of the criminals. But it was great, I mean, we had a couple of people be like, what are you doing this for? Or some people just go, oh, well, keep running, right? But most of the people were so thankful at what we were doing. Some of them would just, take us aside and be like, I wished that I could be as outspoken as you guys. I just can't do it, right? You got kids in school. You got school boards. You got they'll pull your kids over. They'll set you up for a one word in a text message. There's sound pollution. There's the littlest thing that you can get set up for ruin your life, your livelihood, your future, your family, if you stand up for us, and we're standing up for you, right? So we didn't get enough signatures, but we almost did. And the lady running the recall, well, there was a couple of main ones, Diane Ketchell and Jenny Emerson. And those signatures were destroyed. And to protect those people, because even though the Tobacco Valley News says that the people weren't scared, I saw them. I saw them at the fair, hundreds of people. You're damn right they were scared. The ones that didn't sign were really scared. The ones that did sign, well, And on that note, just a little side note here, because I love them. Bubba for mayor. I made fun of Bubba for mayor a little bit, because it's kind of a funny name. Tell you what. And I loves you, Brenda. Brenda the good cop, I call her. But you know what? Brenda was running for mayor. Ethel White was running for mayor. I think the previous mayor was probably still running for mayor. More about Dave Newbern. Tons more about him. But anyway, Bubba for mayor. The only person in any kind of political anything, any kind of law enforcement, any kind of, Lincoln Electric big wigs and all the people that walked by, the only person kind of in that arena that had the balls to sign that recall was Bubba. Now, I don't even know his real name. I forget his name, but y'all know Bubba, right? So, Bubba for mayor, okay? He had the balls to sign the recall. He's like, these rapes should have been, this stuff should have been done. He read the information, he listened to what we had to say, and he said, you know what, something does need to be done about this. He was the only one that had the courage to do it. So, the stuff I said about Bubba for mayor, I'm sorry. Bubba for mayor, good thing. I think Ethel's probably doing a good job. However, she must have been one of the people that refused to work with my buyer if they worked with me, because that was my buyer, okay? I was going to bring in all those jobs in Eureka that you sent away because you wanted to work with me, that the $70,000 commission you screwed me out of and got the seller to meet with him and schmooze him. That was me. That was my buyer. Those were my jobs that I was trying to bring in. I was trying to work with that guy. And you guys told him what? Oh, I got me a bad reputation. Because I told the truth? Anyway, Bubba for mayor. He's a good guy. Young, but that was a very honorable thing to do. Very honorable. And so, now that I went on a side note, so everybody walking by at the fair, most everybody was pretty happy about what we were doing and couldn't sign it for their own reasons. But I know that we had the support of the people, and I know their fear, and I know their stories. I know the ones that would take me aside and cry to me and tell me what happened to them. I saw it. So I know a lot of people still think I'm making this stuff up because, you know, I'm vengeful. Oh my God, I'm just so vengeful and angry. No, I'm not. These stories were coming to me because I was on top of the search engines. When they get online and look for help, they found me. 2 years later, it's enormous, the amount of people that are finding me and reaching out to me to help them. Meanwhile, everybody at MontanaCorruption.com, I'm innocent. I was always telling the truth. And you're still defaming me. You're still lying about me. Why? To protect rapists? To protect criminals? To protect cops that beat people? Yeah, there's tons of good cops. But they don't have a chance. Another cop just got run out of Eureka. A Forest Service cop. Why? Well, rumor has it that he didn't like what Bo Pittman was doing. Hey, that's just what I heard. I'm not saying it's fact. Rumor has it he don't like what was going on. He's like, hey, that's wrong. That's violating the person's rights or whatever. Oh, really? You think we should not violate people's rights? You think we should obey the Constitution and, you know, not treat the victims like criminals? You're fired. Okay? Now this guy is a federal employee. Whistleblower laws will get you 30% of recovery. I mean, there's things that you can do. Everybody needs to stand up, right, and prove this stuff and fight back, but they won't. Because if you cross it, if you're fired, you might have the chance to get another job. Okay? If you go out quietly, you don't talk back at all. But even then, they'll ruin it for you to get a job at the FBI. They'll call your new employer in every town. They'll lie about you. They'll defame you. This is what good cops are up against. I don't blame the cops that don't stand up against this. What are they going to do? Okay? They got their kids, their family, their life, their livelihood, all put on the line because they speak out for a victim. They can't do it. They literally can't do it. So they give their story to me. Right? And men and women call me crying because there's nothing they can do. Nothing more heartbreaking than a cop crying to you because they couldn't help something so horrifying that happened and they couldn't get a prosecution and they had every evidence in the world. But the county attorney, Bernie Cassidy in Lincoln County, or George Korn in Ravalli County, they didn't prosecute, right? Shocking the crimes they do prosecute. All these rape victims, there's so much proof, right? And yet there's also men that are accused of rape by vindictive women and they're not guilty, right? So basically, if the facts of the case are proven, it helps people on both sides. So yeah, are there vindictive women that set up men? Oh yeah. And in Montana, a big way that women do that is, you know, move in with them because the common law marriage laws are so ridiculous. And usually it's, you know, usually it's women that target the men. You move in with them and then you get a bunch of their stuff and alimony and all this stuff, even if you don't get married. Hello? You ever heard of shacking up laws? I mean, you don't be like, hey, I want this woman to move in with me, you know, be my gal and get to know her and whatever. And yeah, maybe it's not all in certain religions, it's not appropriate, but a man should be able to move a woman into their house and be with them in whatever they want and not have the woman then just turn on them 2, 3, 6 months down the road and own everything they've worked their whole life for. We're going to talk a lot about that. And also, I've recently started writing about a case, and you'll hear a lot more about it soon, about a man accused of rape that is innocent. He's already been defamed, he's already been in the newspaper, he's been in jail, and there was no proof at all, right? None, just accused. I don't approve of that, and I intend to fight for him. The cases that are the problems in Lincoln County are the ones they had tons of proof on, and they did nothing. If you get the DNA and all this proof, right, and you prosecute the criminals for rape, that goes a long way to protecting the men that have been accused of these things that didn't do it. Okay? It's about proving the crime actually happened. Who did it? You know, it's about actual, like, you know, CSI Montana. You know, it's about case by case and doing the right thing. Okay, even though lots of people like to go door to door and say, hey, she's a man-hater, that's the deal here, she's a man-hater. No, I'm not a man-hater. I'm a lie-hater. Have I ever lied? Well, yeah. I think I lied about my weight on my driver's license. Hey, this isn't about me, okay? If I'm doing something illegal with these blogs, I mean, what I've been doing it for 5 years. I mean, if I'm doing something illegal, please tell me so I can stop. I mean, I'm not doing anything illegal. The people doing things against me are hate crimes and threatening to kill me and constant defamation. That's illegal. What BernieCassidy.com, Lincoln County Attorney, has done to me to violate my rights is illegal. I intend to file criminal charges against Bernie Cassidy, against Robin Clute, against Michael Peruzzo. Judge Haynes in Hamilton, Montana denied my protective order first in Ravalli County. StormyLangston.com I have about Stormy Langston. If you have a story about her, email me, crystal@crystalcox.com. She denied it, then she gave me one later. The whole story on that is at montanacorruption.com. But Judge Haynes in Hamilton, Montana, he denied my protective order, and I have a video of that. It's very, very dramatic. The day I went to Hamilton, Montana, which I'll do a video on later. Anyway, he denied it, and I requested the reasons why. And he wrote out all these handwritten reasons why. I have posted at montanacorruption.com in the right-hand sideline there. And so there's these particular laws that he denied me a protective order over. Well, based in law. But yet, a Hamilton, Montana Justice of the Peace gave my aggressor a protective order against me. Again, that story is at montanacorruption.com, and we'll talk about it more later. This might shock you all, but I don't remember what I started talking about. So, let's just leave it there. I'm now going to give a website. Okay. Hey, that's why Porky Pig did that. We'll be right back, folks, right? Because he forgot his lines. Okay, whistleblowermedia.com. Bye-bye.